Hello, my polygonal friends. Today, I've got a compilation video of my analog horror videos. This will include series like Piggy Soda, The Birthday Tapes, and even the Little Red Riding Hood analog horror, and so much more. So, if any of those interest you, this is the video for you. Grab a seat, your drink of choice, and enjoy the madness.
3, 2, 1, go!
Hello, my polygonal friends. This is the third video of the Green October, and today I've got a really creepy video for you guys. It is the Little Red Riding Hood analog horror. It is made by a YouTuber called Foxumations. It has heavy Walton Files mysterious house vibes. You know, I really like that.
Because I like order and I love it.
And I highly recommend you watch the video first and then come back to this video. The video is only 11 minutes long, and when you come back, I can point some things out you might have missed. Viewers beware, you're in for a scare. The video starts off with a shot of Little Red Riding Hood's house at night before it cuts to her mother telling her that Grandma is sick. Little Red Riding Hood's mother tells her that Grandma needs this bucket of candy. Or I mean, I think it's a basket, actually. I don't know why I wrote bucket. It's a basket of candy.
This is a bucket.
Dear God.
Red makes her way to Grandma's house. Also, I'm not going to keep calling her Little Red Riding Hood, so I'll just say Red for short, okay? And before Red leaves, her mom tells her not to talk to strangers no matter what. She makes her way through the dark forest before this happens.
He did it. You need to run. Get out of here as fast as you can. Go now.
I really don't like the animation on the bunny. Not like it's bad, but it's just, it creeps me out. I hate that kind of animation. It's so creepy. It's the same thing for the Adult Swim killer animation. It's just so creepy. I don't like it, but at the same time I really like it. We then see "Don't Talk to Strangers" appear on screen and a wolf on the far left. We see the wolf behind Red as text pops up on the screen for a split second saying, "Get out." We then see this conversation take place with the two.
Hello, little girl. What's my doing at this forest at this time? I'm just a wolf. Where are you going, little girl? But you can trust me. I'm your new friend now. Tell me, where are you going, little girl?
Red tells the wolf that she's going to her grandma's house since she's sick. The screen distorts, and the wolf tells her that "I'll take care of Grandma. Trust me. Trust me." We then see the wolf making his way down to Grandma's house, where this happens. After walking around for a bit and then getting jump scared by the wolf, Red finally arrives at Grandma's house. But something isn't right. She enters the house, finding it pitch black, with the wolf staring at her through the window. Then she finds Grandma.
Come closer. Come closer.
Your brain is gone.
We see text appear on screen saying, "You can't hide from him, Mom. He will find you." The final seconds of the video show the mother just looking at the camera and the wolf approaching next to her. Anyways, on to the outro. This overall was a really good video. Great animation, great atmosphere, good music design. It's just really good overall. I have a few little nitpicks, like, you know, it has the stereotypical analog horror AI text-to-speech in parts. And I'm going to actually see that footage of the forest on my deathbed. And one thing I wish this video did was maybe incorporate the hunter. I know not many people know that there is a hunter in Little Red Riding Hood, but yeah, there is. There is a hunter character. Kinda wish they did something with him, but yeah, what you gonna do? But overall, I really like this video. Go check out Foxymations. Their channel is linked in the description below. And while you're there, consider giving me a subscribe too. I would really appreciate it. I just hit 900 subscribers. I can't tell you guys thank you enough. Oh, nearly to 1,000, bro. Nearly to 1,000. Anyways, I've been Sam. I'll see you next week. Peace.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Good job.
Hello, my polygonal friends. This is a surprise video in the Green October. This video will actually be a collab with That Horror Dude, where we will both be covering an analog horror series. We'll be covering Dog Nightmares. It is a series created by a YouTuber called Piggy Soda. Go check out Horror Dude's video on the series to see his perspective on it. And with that all out of the way, viewers beware, you're in for a scare. The first video, titled Dog Show, consists of the camera person watching a TV show while looking at this photo. We learn from a community post that this person is named Emily. Also, I can't really tell what the photo says. You can probably guess why. Then, while we are looking at the picture, we see this happen.
Could be trouble.
We see a dog with human eyes staring directly at Emily. Now, one thing to note here, the show Emily is watching here, and will continue to watch throughout the series, is called Wegmans Dogs.
That is not correct.
It is a sketch on Sesame Street. I don't really know why it has realistic human eyes and silence on a dog. I don't think that'd be in the Sesame Street sketch, but anyways, on to the next one. The second video, titled Childhood Dreams, is pretty interesting. The video consists of photos of animals and drawings of said animals. We see flamingos, rhinos, snakes, goats, etc. And we even see some photos from Emily's house. Some of her family, some photos of her as a wee child, and some photos of the staircase. We then see Emily collecting all of the photos and drawings we've been seeing throughout the video before finding a new one. One of the Wegman dogs outside of Emily's window. We then see this happen. Now normally, it just looks like a pitch black window, but if we brighten up the footage, we see this. Keep this in mind. We'll come back to it. Anyways, on to the next one. The next video, titled 1/04/2009, doesn't have too much to talk about.
There's nothing.
Thank you, son.
But it still has some pretty notable things. First off, we get a time period of when these videos take place, that being in January of 2009. And second, we see Emily just watching more Wegman tapes before this happens. The screen starts glitching, and for a few seconds, we see the Wegman dog staring right at the camera. Right at Emily. Anyways, on to the next video. The fourth video we'll be talking about is really interesting. It is titled, My New Best Friend! I said it loudly because there's an exclamation point at the end of it. It starts off with Emily hanging up a flyer of her lost dog, Bailey. This video takes place in March of 2009. We then see a note on screen from Emily. Pause if you want to read it all. But, basically, the note just says that Emily is holding out hope that someone finds Bailey. One strange part about this note, though, is that she says that someone has been repeatedly calling her, but not saying anything when she answers. We get another note basically saying that Emily has found more Wegman tapes, and we see Emily opening a present from her friend. The friend gave her a Wegman card and a collection of Wegman shorts, all on one tape. We then see Emily showing some photos of her family and herself before we see this. Guys, that's not what a dog's head should look like. He's right behind me, isn't he? In all honesty, though, it's actually such a creepy visual, bro. Really well done. We then see more notes of Emily holding out hope for Bailey, and that somebody has been taking down the missing posters. We also see this. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay.
We then see this play out.
Mommy has left to go to work. And I am left to play all by myself. She warned me not to open the door to strangers. She says if I ever hear knocking on the front door, I must go up to my room really fast and lock the door until she comes home.
Emily then starts talking about this hole in the wall on the staircase. We then see Emily investigating it. that's about it for this video. A lot of info. Yeah. On to the next one. Okay, I was gonna talk about Bailey next, but it's just mostly Emily painting a photo of her and Bailey. Really nice cinematography though, but yeah. So instead, we'll be talking about the final video titled, "What Are You Afraid Of?" We see it is Christmas time, judging by the snow on the ground and the Christmas tree in Emily's house. We then see this happen. We hear someone knocking at the door. Emily stares at the painting for a while before hearing a dog bark. We then see something go across the screen. It kind of looks like a flame. The video ends with another bark before cutting to paper which reads, "That is not my Bailey. My Bailey is afraid of the dark." Anyways, on to the outro. Now, what do I think this series is all about? Well, I have two theories. The first is that the Wegman dog is trying to replace Bailey. It took down the missing posters of Bailey, it tries making the same sounds as Bailey, and is just trying to get closer to Emily, either with good intentions or bad ones. Or, a second, more out there theory is that Emily actually created the dog creature. Think of it. This isn't actually, the Wegman dog, So what if Emily somehow created it? Emily loved those Wegman shorts. And then, when Bailey went missing, what if her drawings made the dog man come to life? This could be true because we see Emily's drawings and then the real life counterpart in episode 2. And then we see the dog man drawing and the real life counterpart. I know it's like a kind of a crazy theory, but yeah. One final thing, I think it's really interesting how this series has kind of evolved from just, your average analog horror. And it's more cinematic. It's really good. Make sure to check out Horror Dude's channel to see his analysis on the series. And subscribe to Piggy Soda. Both of their channels are linked in the description below. And while you're there, consider giving me a subscribe too. I'd really appreciate it. Anyways, I've been Sam. I'll see you next week. Peace.
I am near your home.
Hello, my polygonal friends. Today, we are going to be checking out Rebecca Albrecht. That's probably how you say that name.
Rebecca Albrecht.
But let's just call it the Moon Blossom Project. The Moon Blossom Project is a quite new YouTube horror ARG series. At the time of writing this, it's only been a month since the channel has started uploading videos. Video 1. The first video, titled Contact, sees our protagonists riding their bike, enjoying the scenery around them. Until this happens. Looks like they made contact with the floor.
Get it? I think it's so funny. I'm funny. You should all laugh right now. What are you guys doing? Stop it! It wasn't that bad.
Get off the stage.
Description time. The description starts off with a request. It reads, "If you know about any anomalies in your area, feel free to contact me." We also see some binary code And if you put it in a translator, we get, they got out. Other than some brain damage from earlier, that's all for video 1. Video 2. This video, titled Encounter, starts off with our protagonist at a playground, looking around, enjoying the view, until focusing in on a fence. Our protagonist then starts booking it. They start running, man. Maybe they saw a YouTuber there. The video ends with the camera on the ground. But that's actually not all for this video. Because if you turn on closed captions, you can see 3 hidden messages. The first one reads, which translates to, she doesn't know. Then the second one, I'm not reading these out anymore. You have eyes. Look at them. You look at them.
Look at it! Look at it!
Which translates to, she must not find out. And then the last one, which doesn't need to be translated, is end her, repeated multiple times. Description time. The description is another ad for Ghostbusters, aka Rebecca's email. It says, sorry for the bad quality of my camera, but this is the best you'll get. If you have any info about anomalous activity in your area, please contact me through my email. Anomalous. I think I said that word right. Anomalous. That's probably right.
Anomalous.
Then a jumble of words that translates to, you mustn't get involved. That's all for video 2. On to the next one. Video 3. This video, titled Tape 1, starts off with the tape being inserted into a VHS, with this instructional tape playing next. It's for the Moon Blossom Corporation. Let's see what it has in it.
We hope you enjoy your stay here as you work around the clock in our facility. This videotape will give you all the information that you need to be a proper coworker here.
It then tells us this is only tape 1 of 3. It then tells us our lesson, how to deal with zombies. Wait, what?
They will need feeding every 3 to 5 hours, and you will do so by putting the food into the chute labeled as food chute. Do not question what the food is, that is not your concern. Because you will be on the night shift as well, you will have to check in on them during the night. On some nights you will not be required to do check-ins due to high volatility. There is a special calendar with the phases of the moon for when you should avoid going down. When the day is any kind of crescent moon, for your own safety we recommend that you do not go down to the cells.
Guess we figured out what the crescent moon means. Our next step is quite strange. It says, if a zombie escapes and approaches you, you do not hesitate to give in. You will not and cannot escape them. We then see more moon symbols, and the tape ends off by saying goodbye to us. But before we see what the description has, we have to look at the captions. We see multiple hidden messages. The first one reads, which translates to, we know you're watching. Then we see the other one, which says, we know you're there. Let's see what the description has for us. The description has only one sentence. It says, found this in a box of my dad's old work stuff. Thought I'd share it with you guys. Video 4. This video, titled SD card footage, starts off with our protagonist inside their house, while strange noises happen outside. Until we see a flash of the moon symbol and the sounds of someone breaking in. We see one hidden message in the captions. It says, "I'm here for you." On to the description. The description starts out with this sentence. Found this on an old camera of mine. All I remember was being home alone and then passing out after I heard the door open. And then another hidden message, which translates to, I was there. You know what I did. How could you forget? I gave you flowers. That's all for video 4. On to the next one. Video 5. This video, titled Lost, starts off with some nature as text pops up in front of it. It reads, "Where did he go? I don't understand. Why did he leave us? He should have stayed with her. He'd still be alive if he stayed with her. I should have done something." It then cuts to TV static, ending the video. Now, who is this person our protagonist is referring to? I think it's a loved one that has recently passed away. It could be her father, since we just mentioned him in video 3. Anyways, on to the description. The description reads, "Where did he get off to?" Which, that kind of doesn't make sense if this is referring to a dead relative. So maybe the protagonist's dog just got out and ran away. I don't know. Let's see if the secret message gives us some more information. It reads, which translates to, I think, to a better place, to my, I don't know what that says, stomach, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I just don't know, bro. On to the next one. Video 6. This video, titled Drive, is about driving. It has some text. Let's see what it says. I can't believe I'm moving now. I can't say this wasn't expected, though. After all, my nephew's disappearance was the final straw to make us move. It seems I was right. It was a relative. But instead of being dead, it seems the nephew has just gone missing. This is probably the longest road trip I'll ever take. All because of his disappearance. At least the weather is nice today. Partly cloudy. I wonder how long it'll take for us to arrive. It's so quiet right now. Makes sense, though. I don't think anyone wants to acknowledge Hunter's disappearance, or about what the police found of him. It ends with, I need some sleep. I just need some sleep. And a flashing moon symbol once more. Description time. The description says one sentence. That being, I guess I'm moving now. And finally, one hidden message which reads, Bro, I'm writing the script, right? I'm trying to figure out this secret message. It's been 40 minutes. It's been close to 40 minutes trying to figure it out. It's backwards. It's just backwards. Nothing more. It's backwards. It's backwards, bro. I went through like 12 sites trying to figure this message out. It's just backwards. It translates to, His body was quite the sight to behold when he died. Anyways, that's all for video 6. Video 7. This video, titled Tape 2A, starts off with another instructional tape. This time, it's going to tell us what zombies are. Let's start watching.
Today you will be viewing tape 2 of 3. What are zombies? The first thing that we must talk about is what zombies really are. They are reanimated dead corpses. Reanimated by what, you ask? By the flowers. The flowers that we do research on in the facility are called Ipomea alba, otherwise known as moonflowers by the general public. They have been extinct for many years now, and all we know about them is that they have properties close to the ancient art of reanimation.
So we now know that these zombies are a byproduct of the moonflowers. We see the moon symbol flash and glitch in before continuing as normal.
Our scientists here say that the properties of moonflowers are very unusual and strange. There has been no record of these properties in any known history.
We then see the screen glitch once more, ending off the video. Let's see what the description has for us. The description reads, I did my best to transfer this, but a small portion got taken out. In case that I can review that portion, I'll label this as tape 2A for now. Other than hinting towards a tape 2B, that's all for video 7. Video 8. This video, titled Walk, sees our protagonist doing something all Valorant players can't, going outside on a walk. Text appears throughout the video. It says, I just need to go for a little walk to calm down a bit. I'll be fine. It's so nice out today. I love the fall weather. Same, bro. Best weather, no competition, none. No competition, no. I wonder, could it have? No, it couldn't have been brought here. It wouldn't be possible. Think. As this happens, our protagonist has been walking faster and faster until the moon symbol appears. Then she starts booking it.
I think I better just keep walking. Running! Better start running! 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 Sprinting! Yes! I just gotta keep sprinting!
While running, we see more text. No. How are they here? It shouldn't be possible. More static appears. Then, it seems to be nighttime. How am I still running? It's gotten dark so quickly. I don't understand how they even got here. I have to do more research. I must. There's one hidden message in the captions, and it's right before the protagonist starts running. It says, behind you. Let's see what the description has. Description has one sentence. How could this happen? And one secret message, which translates to, it was just meant to be. Alright, on to the next one. Video 9. This video, titled Tape 3, starts out with our third instructional tape. This time, it'll be telling us what the Moon Blossom Corp is. Let's get watching.
Today you will be viewing tape 3 of 3. What is the Moon Blossom Corp? As a new recruit here at Moon Blossom Corp, you must keep your job here a secret. You mustn't tell anyone about this occupation. If we find out that you have decided to tell others, you will be terminated immediately without hesitation.
Oh. Okay. That seems a little extreme for me telling my cat that I work with flowers, but, you know, I guess rules are rules.
The Moon Blossom Corporation mainly does research on the properties of the recently brought back moonflowers. The properties of these flowers seem to be that of the ancient art of reanimation. That is all for this short instructional tape.
We then see a flash of images. Some in a school, near a gas station, by a park, and more. Description time. The description reads, "Finally finished converting tape 3, and now all I have left is the 4th tape. But that will definitely take a while, considering that it's all bent up." So I guess there's a hidden 4th tape. That's cool. And we have one hidden message. It translates to... Actually, I don't know what it translates to. I genuinely can't tell. If you know what it... Yeah, you. If you know what it is, tell me in the comments, because I don't. I don't know. I'll put you on a cereal. I'll put your profile picture on a cereal box or something. I don't know. Anyways, that's all for video 9. Video 10. This video, titled Tape 4, starts off with our 4th tape being played. But this time it's different. It starts off with a clip from an old show called Skag.
Okay, well, I know about Faulkner. I love him. And I don't need some professor telling me why I should love him. What, should I be a lawyer? That's all lies. They're a bunch of hired guns. Watergate proved that. Teacher, I haven't got the patience. You know how he's gonna feel, don't you, John? Yeah, I know. At least call him before you get on the airplane, huh? I will. Would you stop looking at me that way? You don't know what the traffic is like in Baltimore. We couldn't sleep. You heard Audrey, we're just trying to beat some traffic so I don't have to spend all afternoon.
We then see the moon symbol again, before cutting to an emergency alert. It's from the Canadian government informing people to stay inside, since there is a new virus that they have yet to find a cure for. Then this happens.
There is a new virus that we have yet to get a cure for.
And will not be getting a cure for the virus in the foreseeable future. Your continent has, and will be forgotten. Your people have forsaken us.
We then see a conversation between two people. One is Adam, and the other one, Harry.
So could you explain the process one more time for me, Adam?
Of course. So we first take off the stem of the plant, put it into the box with the serum that we made especially for the flower stem to help it grow faster.
Okay, then what happens after that?
Well then, the flower stem grows fully and blossoms. Then we are able to clone them as much as possible and do as many tests we want at that point.
Okay, good.
Adam goes on to tell Harry that they can start the human trials whenever he wishes. We then see one of these human trials play out with a guy named Eric.
What was the flower? Why am I here? Seriously, why do you have me here for? Eric, just go up to the flower. I'll answer any questions you have after the test. Now please, please proceed. But Eric, proceed. Oh, okay, fine. Why is it moving? Why is it moving? Hey, what? And that concludes testing for today.
It then cuts back to the TV show from earlier.
I just can't. I'm just not what he thinks I am. I have to go my own way. Okay. See. Take care of yourself.
With one more flash of the moon symbol, we see this final message from the Canadian government.
So remember to stay inside, don't associate with them, and be safe out there.
And remember to feed us, or you might regret it. You must feed.
We then see one final conversation between Harry and Adam. Okay, let's now look at the captions. There are a few hidden messages, First, we got a secret message saying, and if you can't tell, I'm not very good at deciphering. Description time. The description reads, it seems like someone tried and failed to record over this tape. This is what I got after I put it through my converter. It is a bit jumbled up after I put it in, but that's fine. Still pretty clear for me. And another secret message.
And here we go.
It reads, which translates to, bro, I don't know what it translates to, man. Bro, all the people on Fortnite were right. On the Fortnite voice chat, they were right. I'm not a good detective. Video 11. This video, titled Snow, starts off with our protagonist looking outside at the snow at night.
At night.
We then see our protagonist walking in the snow at day. The final shot shows our protagonist looking out the window at the snowy night, ending the video. The description reads, I've been too busy. I don't notice the changes in my life. And one secret message, which translates to,
Oh no, not again.
I don't know. I don't know what it translates to. That's all for video. I'm done. I'm out of here. I can't believe this. Video 12. This video, titled Last Steps, starts off with our protagonist looking outside at the snow-covered houses before text appears on screen. I'm finally getting somewhere. I might actually figure it out. Right view, moon blossom. It then cuts to our protagonist looking outside with more text appearing saying, I'm getting closer every day. And then the moon symbol appears with the red text saying, we are too. Before showing a notebook owned by Rebecca. There are multiple interesting pages talking about Moon Blossom Corporation, like how it was founded in 1931. We also see text saying, I'll figure it all out. I have to. For Dad. So I'm guessing that Rebecca's father died, and Moon Blossom Corporation had something to do with it. The description says, I'm getting closer. And one final message. Come on, Sam. Everyone's counting on you. Just solve this one. I'm not gonna waste any more time. I couldn't solve it. Yeah, I know, boo all you want. Yeah, I know, boo. Yeah, I know. Conclusion. I highly recommend checking out the Moon Blossom Project here on YouTube. It's linked in the description and it's really good. Well, get ready for my next video coming soon. It's the 100 subscriber special and it's gonna be good. Alright, make sure to do all that YouTube stuff. You don't have to, but it sure would be nice. I've been Sam and I hope you all have a good night. Peace. Hello my polygonal friends. This is the first video of the Green Halloween. Today, we are going to be covering a really interesting series. It is called The Birthday Tapes. The channel was created on April 1st of 2020, but the series didn't start until August 19th of 2023. At the time of writing this, there are 16 videos in the series, with the last one being posted just 4 days ago. With that all out of the way, viewers beware, you're in for a scare. The first video of the series is an introduction. The video starts off with a VHS tape being inserted, When the VHS starts playing, we see the year that this presumably takes place in. It takes place in 2001. The camera person starts making their way through this basement, passing these hanging hands and lights. We see a green light illuminating this guy who is creating this lethal company monster. The guy turns around and looks at the camera, ending the video. That's about it for video 1. On to the next one. The next video we'll be talking about is titled Tape 1. The video is a security tape of this specific hallway. I think this is the hallway where all the creatures are being kept in the basement. We see the door open up at the end of the hallway, and the subject text changes to subject unknown.
Read the words. Hear me.
Where we see this happen. After the unknown creature evolves from a Adult Swim killer video into the mask we see in introduction, everything goes dark. Except for this face that appears in the middle of the screen. The lights turn red and blue, and we see a shadowy figure appear for a split second before altering a painting. We then see a thing called Subject 2 hide behind the door, while a voice says, AMI, aka Artillery Manufactured Intelligence. We see the shadowy figure appear one more time before the door swings open, ending the video. That was a lot of info. On to the next one. The next video, titled Flowers, starts off with Subject 2 outside laying down on some flowers. We hear a woman's voice calling out for a person named Shelly.
Shelly! Shelly! Where could she have gone?
We see Subject 2's eyes light up before getting up, ending the video. Now, originally, I thought that this was implying that these robots were children that were experimented on. You know, like 5 Nights at Freddy's or something, where the souls of the children are being used in the robots. But guessing by how the woman calls out to Shelly, it sounds a lot more like an owner calling for a lost pet than a lost child. Anyways, on to the next one. This video is really weird. It is titled Mother and is only 50 seconds long, so I'll play it all for you.
Darling, let me in. Come on, my child. Let me in. Let me in. We can save you.
Now, a few things to note. One, we see one of these creatures trying to break into this person's house while pretending to be their mother. Two, an interesting line is, "We can save you." I don't know what this means yet, but we'll talk more about that in the outro. Anyways, on to the next video. The next video actually has a lot to talk about. It is titled The Miller Store. The video starts off with a commercial.
Are you worried? Scared? Afraid to leave your child alone? Well...
For only $29.99, you can get the AMI security system. Does that name ring a bell? You can put the AMI anywhere. In a cabinet, in a tree, or even with a Ouija board.
This isn't a Monopoly board. This is a Ouija board. I'm a dead ghost.
When the AMI detects trouble, its eyes light up double.
So come on down to the Miller stores. It won't be a bore.
Alongside a warning that says to call the Miller phone number if you notice oil, blood, or mystery sauce leaking from the eyes.
We're left behind.
We then end with the company logo before it cuts to the woman we saw at the beginning of the video, crying at the side of the baby's crib. I think the AMI system did something to this baby. Now we know who is making these creatures, and it seems to be the Miller Company. Anyways, on to the next one. The next video actually has a lot of lore. This video, titled Snow, shows us some backstory to the person who made these creatures. I'll just call him Sewell, since I think that is what name is said at the end of the video, I think.
No. Yeah.
Sewell is with a child named Jeremy. Sewell and Jeremy are going to Krause's house. Krause is a supposed friend of Sewell's. Sewell says to Jeremy what he thinks about Krause.
Oh. Krause? Well, he's a friend of mine. But I won't lie. We, definitely have our differences, that's for sure. I will say, though, he's very passionate in his work. What does he do? He makes machines for the army.
We find out Krause makes machines for the army. I think this is the guy who created the machines like AMI and Subject 2. Sewell also says that Krause keeps letting those old posters get to him, even though they are just stereotypes. He's just too dumb to see it. And when Jeremy asks if Krause is a bad guy, Sewell just says he's just misunderstood. Then they finally arrive at Krause's house, ending the video. That's all for this video. On to the next one. The final video we'll be talking about is titled New Storytime Cassette Player! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. And this is the most recent video at the time of writing. The video starts off with another tape being inserted. But for a split second, we see what I think is a guy with a bag over his head. We then get another commercial from the Miller Company, introducing Mother, a machine that is used to help your child fall asleep. And all you have to do is insert the tape you want your child to listen to.
Only $65.99. Batteries not included.
Now, a few things to note. We see 3 hidden messages. They read, help, and save me, save them, save her. And finally, it's him. Now, I think this is more evidence that the Miller Company is using parents / children's, like, souls or something to power these machines. I don't know that it's exactly the soul, but, like, that's my best guess. Since these robots seem to be sentient. Anyways, on to the outro. Now, what do I think is happening in this series? I think the Miller Company, run by Kraus, or Sewell, is promoting these old war robots as new ways to keep your children and family safe. Be that with reading children bedtime stories or alerting whenever there is danger near. But what the consumers of these products don't know is that actually these machines take the kids and pets so they can be used in the next robot. But we also see that the robots are somewhat sentient, like with the mother robot saying things like, "Save me and save us." I also think some of these robots are just straight up breaking into people's houses to abduct them. Anyways, thank you all for participating in today's video. I hope you liked it. Subscribe to the birthday tapes. Their content's just really good. I love the practical effects. I love that in YouTube horror. You really don't see that much, so I really appreciate it being here. Link in the description to subscribe to them. And while you're there, consider giving me a subscribe too. I would really appreciate it. I've been Sam, and I hope you all have a good night. Peace.
This is a Ouija board. I'm a dead ghost. Spooky.
Hello, my polygonal friends. Today, we are going to be taking a deep dive into the YouTube analog horror series, the Tuscany Documents. That takes inspiration from stuff like the Mandela catalog. Anyways, let's begin.
I can see you. Tears falling down at the bar.
Colin, why did you close the door?
Saddest little baby in the room. What's that? Fears tell me
But first, I'll be giving some information on the creator of this series. This horror series was created by a YouTuber called One Giant Onion. He has a music channel, which is actually really good. And he was the first person to get canceled in 2022. You know, big deals, big deals. You should go watch his videos. They are actually really funny. Anyways, on to the actual videos. Video 1. So this video has no name, so I'm just gonna call it Video 1. The video starts off with the cameraman picking up a flashlight and going to turn on the TV. But then something weird happens. One of the toy cars moves on its own. What could have done that? The camera guy hears something fall over and begins to look for what could have done it. He seems to miss the person who hides in the shadows. The video ends with the camera guy walking into the shadows. Now, a couple of things to mention. 1. If you look around the house, we can see it has old technology. It Has an old TV, an old N64 controller, an old flashlight. So this could either mean that it takes place in the 90s, or this is just really just a really old basement. That ends off video 1. On to the next one. Video 2. Bad Dream. The video starts off by a VHS being inserted into the TV with this video playing after it.
You in there, Marty?
Yeah, what's up?
I need you to grab something from the shelf.
What do you need me to grab?
I need you to grab the...
Then, the audio cuts out. You see Marty then walking outside, making his way to his shed. Then, when Marty gets into the shed, he hears something.
Tyler?
We then see the shed door open, looking back at the house. Before text appears on the screen saying, "Bad dream." It then starts to warp and...
Tyler!
You in there, Marty? 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 You in there, Marty?
We can hear Tyler repeat the words, "Are you in there, Marty?" while a face appears in the shadows. Before, we hear Marty repeatedly ask Tyler for help before the word hell appears on screen. Before ending the video off by looking into the darkness, and a faint silhouette can be seen in it. One part I found interesting was the face that appeared in the shadows while Tyler was repeating, "Are you in there, Marty?" The description has one line of text. It reads, "Surrendering to despair." Let's see what the next video has for us. Video 3, The Tuscany Documents, Volume 1. The video also starts off by a VHS being inserted into the TV. Then, we see someone recording the outside of a window before it cuts to the recorder in a car. We see the recorder in the car driving for a while. Anyways, the three caballeros make their way to the house. We then hear them discussing who should go in.
Dude, why don't we just make Logan go in?
I don't know, guys. I'm kind of scared. I don't want to go in there.
Just give me it. I'll go in. Give me the flashlight.
Just that door right up there. On the left.
This one?
Yeah.
What the heck? Colin, why did you close the door? What is that?
Before one of the main three guys around gets locked in.
What is that?
He then starts to, I think, light a lighter before cutting to him outside. I misspelled outside in the script, but I'm not going to talk about it. We see the new recorder walking to what I think is a lake of some sort. There is lightning in the sky while he is walking. We then hear a very familiar song.
Where the fuck am I?
The new recorder seems to be in the house from video 1. He starts to walk around, questioning where he is. The recorder keeps looking around the house, trying to figure out where...
What the fuck?
It seems the exact same scenario that happened to the cameraman in video 1 is happening to the new recorder now. The new recorder tries to figure out where the music is coming from, going into the same room that ended video 1. Our new recorder looks around to find the source of the music until it cuts. We then see a shot of the stairs and a door begins to slowly open. Cheap jump scares aside, we then start hearing a walking noise, very similar to the one we heard in video 2. Before we cut to a bathroom where the door starts to slowly close as we hear this ear-bleeding noise. Before we see it, we see what seems to be a crime scene with a person dead on the floor, with this text on their face saying, "My heart will stop in joy." Also, I think the person who is dead right now on the floor might be the new recorder. When we did see the new recorder, he was wearing a tank top similar to the person who's dead right now. I know it's a shirt, so it's just a theory, a game theory, as Matthew Pathy would say. Anyways, let's move on to the next video. Video 4, Home Invasion Safety Tips. After the VHS thing, we see someone hiding in their room, while a voice calls out to them from their closet. Before text appears on screen saying, "Something is in there." Then we see another tape being inserted, but this time it's a safety video. The Stalking and Home Intruder Safety Video, brought to you by the Tuscany Department of Safety. It then gives us this introduction. This video will explain what to do during an active home invasion or a current stalking event. Let's see some of these tips on how to be safe. Tip 1. Dial 911 and proceed to hide and arm yourself. Seems simple enough. Tip 2. Remain calm and stay in place. Wait for the police to arrive. I can probably do that. Tip 3. If it sees you, it's too late. Kill yourself. Well, okay. When the police arrive, explain everything. It then thanks us for participating and signs off by saying, "Yours truly, TDS." We then see one of these home invasions in action. The screen zooms in until switching to "Stalker Detected," and then this disgusting video of a bug with text appearing by it saying "brain food." And then, before the video ends, we see the text, "The long decline is over." Also, for a split second before the bug part, we see text appear on screen saying, "Whoever finds this documentation, there is no hope for me. It is not human. It's watching my every move, waiting. Help has not arrived in days. That videotape is bull." Do not trust the Tuscany Department of Safety. They are professional manipulators. Even though I will perish, I want to help. Fight against the TDS. with a signature at the bottom saying, "With honor, Leon F." Also, throughout the video, certain words and letters were in red, and I think it spells out, "It's not human." I may be wrong though. Some people in the comment section were suggesting it said, "Intruder, Tuscany, safety, know this home,
That's not a word. That's right.
But I do think my theory is correct, mainly because of the part written by Leon saying, "It is not human." And the description says one thing: an informational video brought to you by the Tuscany Department of Safety. Something is starting to tell me that these safety tips aren't that effective. Anyways, let's play the next tape. Video 5. Fake people. This video begins with text saying, "Sleep safety tips, brought to you by the Tuscany Department of Safety." Well, let's see how we can sleep safely. But first, we have to learn about what is going on. We then see text saying, "Obscure plaque entanglements." Now, we are going to learn how OPE spreads and how to protect ourselves from it.
This disease causes extreme confusion, memory loss, and vivid dreams indistinguishable from reality.
We then smash cut to another point of view as Music Man walks into his house before zooming into the darkness, with text appearing on screen saying, "How to protect yourself while sleeping." First step, do not approach music or loud noises while sleeping. That seems pretty easy. Second step, do not panic. All forms of dreamweavers can sense fear or discomfort. If you come in contact with a dreamweaver, calmly walk the other way and approach the nearest exit. You misspelled calmly, but okay. Now we get to the dreamweaver safety guide. The first type is mimics. We see one of these mimics in a location very similar to video 3. Then it says mimics are identical to humans. Good to know. Now we have the sound snatchers. Sound snatchers create auditory hallucinations, most commonly in the form of music. However, they have also been known to mimic human voices, screams, and other natural sounds with a varying level of success. And the sound snatcher's goal is to use auditory hallucinations to lure you into coming into contact with one of them. That way, they are able to feed the hive. What hive? In fact, if it weren't for sound snatchers, you wouldn't be able to hear the music you're currently listening to. We then see Music Man walking through the woods before looking at a tree with text appearing on screen saying, "I saw his face. It's tearing his skin apart. Alex, why can't you scream?" We can hear the music getting louder until Music Man comes upon a book with text appearing on screen saying, "I do not want to see what is written in his book." We can hear our Music Man walking while text appears saying, "There's an exit just past him before the video ends. We can hear our main guy start to run. The description says, an informational video brought to you by the Tuscany Department of Safety. So some things about this video. First off, the vivid dreams part at the beginning leads me to believe that the video 2 was a vivid dream. Second, the mimics have been seen throughout the videos, like in video 2 and 3. And most interestingly, third, the sound snatchers. So we now know that the cameraman in video 1 and the recorder in video 3 were being lured in by a sound snatcher. And Music Man was being lured into the woods by a sound snatcher. Anyways, let the next video commence. Video 6, Unwanted Visitor. This is the latest video that has been released. At the time of recording this, it's been 11 hours. Let's see what this has in store for us. We hear a familiar song as we once again find ourselves in the house from video 1. But something looks different this time. Everything looks ransacked. We can see chairs flipped over, and the chalk and stuff on the table has been pushed aside. What could have done all this? Looks like I found my answer. Our camera person starts running away from this mimic before it finds our camera person. Text then appears on screen saying, "They trapped me in this nightmare." Speaking of nightmare, we then see this nightmare situation play out. Our camera person is in the woods, and when what seems to be a mimic spots him and starts chasing him. No matter how fast he runs, the thing keeps catching up with him. But before it finally catches up with him, then text appears saying, "My younger self has come to visit me." The music follows him, and soon will follow me. What does that mean? I have no idea! If you have any idea what that means, tell me in the comments. I think it might be referring to death, but I'm not too sure. Anyways, now the description is actually pretty interesting. It reads, at 2:14 p.m., August 9th, 1993, Colin Miller was put down at the request of his family. Logan Oakley died in his sleep due to brain damage caused by his worsening condition. And then it gives us 2 timestamps. From 00 to 105, that was Logan's final minute. And from 105 to 213, that was Colin's final minute. And finally, we have a quote from Sophia Miller, one of Colin's relatives. It says, "He forgot everything, even himself. We can only hope he is free from the nightmare his life had become." And that's where the series sits. 6 episodes and an underlining theme. Speaking of a theme, let's get to that. The Tuscany Documents. The Tuscany Documents was a very enjoyable watch. I highly recommend keeping in touch with the Tuscany Documents. Now, what do I think the series is about? I think the main theme of this series is dreams, nightmares, and the unknown. These dreams and nightmares have become so lifelike. It's hard to know what's real and what's not now. Add on to that, there are these creatures running around, killing people, hiding in the shadows and luring people into the woods to kill them. Overall, this is a really well done horror series. Some parts, like video 2 and 3, actually really creeped me out. I will probably be making another video on it in the future, but until then, thank you all for participating in today's video. I hope you liked it. Make sure to do all that YouTube stuff. You don't have to, but it sure would be nice. I've been Sam, and I hope you all have a good night. Peace. Also, links in the description to all the channels that were featured in this video. Peace.
Hi guys, it's me, it's Sushi again, yay! This is the 4th video of the Green October. Today I'm going to be covering a pretty cool little series. It is called Youreyesinthewoods, or Ranger Station 76. It's a TikTok series that started back in June, but Sam was going to cover it. I haven't heard from him in like 5 days, so it's mine now. Anyways, with all that out of the way, viewers beware, you're in for a scare. The beginning of the series starts off with 2 videos. The first video includes a VHS tape just sitting in the middle of a field while it's storming. The tape has a weird symbol written on it, and the caption for this reads, "If you find a VHS tape in the woods, you are sort of obligated to watch it, right? Yeah, just don't watch it if it has the ring on it."
Buddy, you need a ride? I was just on my way to the big doofus convention.
The second video shows us our protagonist putting the tape into a VHS player. After putting the tape in for a split second, you can see the words "Copyright MCM LXXXV" on the screen. What does that mean? I'll tell you. It means 1985 in Roman numerals. I'm not too sure what goes where and how it makes 1985, but that's just how it is. Anyways, the caption says, "Alright, might as well take a look, right?" Now, let's check out the content of the tapes. The first tape introduces us to our main forest rangers, Ranger Kennedy, the girl, and Ranger Brown, the guy.
Hello, happy campers. It's your local park rangers here, Ranger Kennedy and Ranger Brown. Here to give you some advice before the summer approaches. Now make sure to do your research before you go camping, including looking at park regulations, weather forecasts, and other advisories. There's more than just animals out here, if you know what I mean.
No. I don't think I know what you mean. What else is out here other than just animals? One last thing to mention is about this first tape is that the people in the comments mentioned seeing a face near the sign, but I don't. I'll show you it, and tell me if you see a face in the comments. The next tape doesn't have much to talk about. All it really talks about is where to set up camp and mysterious tracks. Trevor Lorton says in the comments he sees something moving in the darkness, so this series might be making Trevor go insane.
Who do they think they are? I've given the best years of my life to this place and they think they can just fire me like that? Like trash? I don't think so.
Also, it says leave no trace, so remember that throughout the video. The next tape we'll be looking at talks about making sure your camping gear is free of wear and tear.
Hi, wilderness wanderers. Ranger Kennedy here, your eyes in the woods. Just a friendly reminder to always check your camping gear for any wear and tear. You can't make a swift escape from an unholy beast if your shoes aren't tied.
Are we recording over this?
Wait, what? On this tape specifically, there's a comment by a user named Gillian's Inc. that reads, "I feel like something is not alright here." The next upload is responding to that comment with the text, "Don't know what you mean, only happy smiling faces here." And in this tape, some people say that there's a face in the woods to the left. I think I see it too, and so did Sam. Skipping ahead a few tapes, we see this tape.
If you're camping alone this summer, make sure you leave a trip plan with a friend or loved one, in case you go missing and don't come home. Which definitely won't happen. The woods out here are ripe for exploration, and if you get in a bind, our visitor safety specialists are here to bail you out.
Oh, shoot.
Ranger Brown tells us not to go alone while camping in case you go missing and don't come home. We then see Ranger Kennedy and Ranger Brown dragging what seems to be a trash bag throughout the woods. That totally doesn't set off any red flags. They're just recycling. The next tape is quite interesting. It starts off with Ranger Brown saying if we see any graffiti or cult symbols, to not report it to the police and instead just report it to the park rangers. Now, I haven't been talking about the captions of the videos since most of them are just lines of what they're saying, but this one's actually really interesting. It says, delete this. We get a look at the people running the account, but we only get 2 of their names. We have Alice, the black-haired girl, and been named yet, but this TikTok is about the group doing a Q&A. There's not much to mention or talk about other than they're hiding in the spot where they found the tapes until they find out what happened with Ranger Station 76. And something interesting we find out is that on the previous TikTok, an account by the name of Owen Allen 2496 commented a website URL. In the next TikTok, we see Alice checking out the website, but most of the pages have no information, except for the notices and warnings page. There's a good amount of text, so if you want to read it all, here you go. But basically, the post talks about how Ranger Station 76 has been shut down since 1993. There are 2 more pages that are locked behind a password, those being reports and records and staff login.
Baby, what's the name?
No one knows the password to these pages yet, but one person pointed out, if you open the logo in a new tab, it actually has a secret message. It reads, "We did everything we could, keep looking, K&B." I'm guessing the K&B is referring to Kennedy and Brown, the park rangers. Then, as Ranger Station 76 pointed out, there are actually coordinates. Alice and this guy go to the coordinates, and it is near a mountain range, but they don't find much other than a sign and a bunker. And that's where the series ends for now. This last TikTok was actually posted just yesterday at the time of writing. I'm pretty sure there will be more videos in the future, but anyways, on to the next section. Now, this script was made a while ago, so I'm just going to catch you up in what has been going on the series as of now. They have posted 14 more videos since the time of the script being written, and the most interesting 2 are Panic, where we see Ranger Kennedy telling the viewer about emergency plans before it cuts to the 2 rangers walking around the woods at night before stumbling across what I think is to be a person in a black robe kneeling on the floor. The video distorts, ending the video. By far the most interesting thing is that the actual people behind these series are making a horror movie about it. I'm guessing a short film, but who knows, it could be a full-length movie for all I know. It seems to be going more in depth on the backstory of the provincial rangers. Don't know how to say that, hope I'm saying that right. I highly recommend you to check it out whenever it drops. I know I will. Anyways, on to the outro. So here's what I think the series is actually about. I think the provincial rangers, the company who is out there in the woods, are kidnapping campers and using them in rituals. We can presume this by the potential body bag we see Kennedy and Brown dragging, and the faces seen out throughout the series. We don't know why they are doing this yet, but our best answer is probably behind those locked pages on the website. Overall, this is a great, analog horror series, and the fact that it has actual VHS footage is super cool, really nice touch, makes it feel more authentic, I guess. I think this series has, a ton of potential, and I can't wait to see where it goes. Anyways, thanks for, watching this video. I'm Sushi. Please vote for me to come back in office and pays me for every video I make. So please, I'm poor. Anyways, have a good day, night, evening, or whatever, and subscribe. Bye!
Hello, my polygonal friends. Today, we are going to be covering YouTube's most underrated analog horror. Now, before we start, all of these channels can be found in the description. I highly recommend checking them out. They're very good. Like, some of them actually are kind of creepy and scared me. But, yeah. Let's enjoy the madness. Now, I'm not going to be covering these two channels in depth, unless you want me to. In that case, I'm saving them for their own videos. But I am going to recommend you these two channels and give a synopsis. So the first channel is The Cavity Catalog. The Cavity Catalog is about a group of dentists trying to figure out what happened after all the cavities around America go missing. And that's just a rough synopsis. That's in the description too. Go check it out. And then we have Mona Missing. Mona Missing is about a reporter trying to find out where Mona Lisa went. But the painting isn't stolen or anything. Mona Lisa escaped the painting. Also, Mona Missing hater spotted. Everybody point and laugh. Okay, on to the first channel. The first channel we'll be watching is The Illogicorpse. I think I'm pronouncing that right.
Probably not. I don't know.
The channel started posting videos back in June of 2021. There's a total of 35 videos posted at the time of writing. I'm not gonna cover all the videos since I don't have all day, but I'm gonna be covering the ones I find most interesting. The first video, titled Read.Slot, doesn't have much to talk about, but since it's less than 10 seconds, I'll just play the whole thing for you. Other than some buzzing in the background and 4 holes in the shape of a diamond. That's probably all for video 1. The next video we'll be looking at is titled Game Start. It starts out pretty normal with some just basic Minecraft gameplay, until 1 minute and 47 seconds in. We see our player pick up a poppy and enter this field with weird structures. The description calls it the mushroom biome. The video ends with him falling down a hole and a new world being created. The next video I'll be looking at is titled House Building. It starts off with our player doing what might genuinely be the weirdest way I've ever seen a man build a house. Like, look at this, bro. This house looks like it got hit by a tornado. Enough about this guy's architecture skills. We see him getting more wood to finish his house until it starts to lag. The player hears that buzzing sound effect again before finding a bee with the player's face on it. We also see a diamond formation on the floor again. And strangely, the texture pack and ratio of the video changed from last video. The next video we'll be looking at is titled Sky. Let's watch it. The video starts off with our player exiting a cave to find the sky is covered in bees. The only thing he has on him is a flint and steel, but he cannot light it. The video ends with a cut to black and unauthorized access text in the top right. The next video we'll be looking at is titled Emergency Measures. Let's see what it has to offer. The video starts off with this Yoshi's Island looking texture pack. We can see bees everywhere in this world before he comes across what looks like a shrine. Before the player can break the shrine, it cuts to a screen saying,
System reboot. 3, 2, 1. System successful rebooted.
It then shows a tunnel before our player looks up into the sky, ending the video. The final video we'll be covering is titled Normal Playtime. It starts off with our player in his house with this ear-bleeding noise in the background. We then see the player crafting these purple blob things called rifts. While he's doing this, for a split second we can see a man standing outside of his house. But when the player turns away for a second and looks back, he's gone. And then this happens. We see a bee for a split second before he gets teleported to this room with a single grass block in the middle. The video ends with a deleting world screen. Now, what do I think this all means? I think there is someone or something controlling these players, kind of like an AI. We can see there are multiple players because of the aspect ratio and texture pack changes. And what do the bees mean? I think they are a glitch in said system, making these players' games crash and do abnormal things. On to the next channel. The second channel we'll be checking out is called Rootkit. Rootkit started uploading videos in late 2023. There are a total of 10 videos posted on the Rootkit channel, with one releasing at the time of writing this only a day ago. Let's see what this channel has to offer. The first episode we'll be looking at is titled Sharite Hospital. Am I saying that right? I don't know.
Charite Hospital. Charite Hospital.
I don't know.
It starts off with text reading. Reports from the Charite Hospital in Berlin from 2020. Hospital reports new cases of bright fever. 29 people came in today with nosebleeds, high temperature, and skin becoming red. Photo taken 2 days before a patient died of bright fever. While he was in the hospital, his organs started to fail and his temperature increased to almost 42 Celsius. We then see a photo of said man. He isn't looking in the best of shape. Bro looks like Tom the Tomato from Veggie Tales with a hairpiece on, bro.
I am sorry, my mentor. I have failed you.
We then see more text saying, experts from around the world are trying to figure out the cause of the bright fever and how to treat it. It then gives us a date of August 5th, 2020 at exactly 10:31 p.m. It tells us there was an attack on a doctor named Ernest Weber by a patient infected with the bright fever. So it looks like these patients with bright fever are starting to become something like zombies, or at least very hostile. They wasn't lying about it being brutal. Apparently he stabbed the doctor with a metal fork 4 times. Ow! Well, that's all for video 1. The next video I'll be talking about is white boxes. So the video starts out with some guy recording himself walking in a field before finding this weird white box. It then cuts to a conversation between 2 friends.
Hey dude, what's up? Yeah man, I'm just done with the homework there. It drove me absolutely insane. Who knew math could be so difficult? By the way, when I was coming home from school today, I found so many of these white boxes around town. I don't know if you've seen them, but like, have you seen them anywhere around? Yeah man, I found one near my house. I have no idea what's inside of them, but they look pretty weird. Yeah, they're super creepy. Like, I even went up and recorded one on my phone because I heard some sort of noise coming from it, and then as soon as I started recording, my phone just started glitching. And when I got closer to it, a massive buzz just completely went through the box, and it scared the hell out of me, man, I'm not gonna lie. Super mysterious. Yeah, since there's one near your house as well, man, do you wanna go check it out? Yeah, let's meet around the gas station in 2 hours. Sounds good?
I'm guessing the footage we saw at the beginning of the video was recorded by this guy. We then see what seems to be notes from this guy. He says how he's been having constant nosebleeds and a really high temperature. It sounds like this guy, who I'll name Bill so I can stop calling him this guy, has bright fever, which is confirmed in his next note. He also talks about hearing whispers. And sadly, Bill succumbs to the bright fever. We then hear that 2 patrol cars are out looking for the white boxes that Bill spoke about. 20 minutes later, the police find the white box and hear the same buzzing that Bill did. They also strangely find a tape next to the white box labeled sat.ver.ro. And this is what they find on the tape. Loud noise warning, by the way. So yeah, get ready. That's very creepy. Very creepy. The next one we'll be looking at is titled Aftermath. Looking at the description, we can see that this video was found by that name, which is Polish. The video starts off with text saying, "After the outbreak, my city is quiet." The outbreak, I'm guessing, is referring to bright fever. After he says that the water calms him down, we can see that he's scared to even just be there. He then says he can hear their whispers, just like Bill was describing. Then this happens. Nah, man, don't worry. That's just a Discord moderator down there. Nothing to worry about. Then we skip to August 6th of 2028, where Powell, I think that's how I say that name, I don't know, made a cake for himself to celebrate him turning 20. Then this happens. It was behind me. We hear what seems to be clicking sounds, like a camera or something. Then a monster scream similar to the one we heard in white boxes. Our final video is titled Tormento. Our first scene shows us this guy. This is apparently the effect of bright fever. But it looks like he's in a smoking PSA from the 2000s. We then see this guy tell us how to deal with an infected person.
Are you asking yourself how to deal with an infected person? If yes, we have the perfect solution. To deal with a person infected by bright fever, the only thing to do is...
And the final show tells us that it's the end. And another line that I think says, "You can't do anything to stop it." I can't really tell because half is on fire. Now, what do I think the lore of this is? I think that these white boxes are spreading this bright fever, or rootkit, making everyone go insane. We see this example with people like Bill and the guy who recorded the tape Powell found. They start hearing voices because of this bright fever. It also seems that there are creatures tied to the white boxes. On to our third and final channel. The third and final channel we'll be looking at is called Steelscoutteamfortress. It started posting videos just 4 months ago, and the last video uploaded was 2 months ago. Let's watch some TF2. The first video on the channel, titled Pyro Randomly Dies, funny, is it doesn't have that much to talk about. It's really all in the title. Pyro randomly dies, and it's funny. The next video is where it gets interesting. This video, titled Something Wrong with CP_Steel, starts off pretty normal, with just some TF2 gameplay, until Steelscoutteamfortress, who I'll just be calling The Scout from now on, goes over to point B. The Scout finds a Red Scout, but something isn't right. The Red Scout is frozen, and his head is on backwards.
Well, boys, good thing we brought the eye soap.
Ow! The burning is love!
The Scout looks to his right to find a red heavy who's been all distorted and messed up. Bro, he looks like he's trying to do the sponge from SpongeBob. When the scout goes back to his base, he finds this. The scout finds everyone is just frozen in place. Like time has just stopped. Or bro just has that McDonald's Wi-Fi and has massive ping. Could be that too. When the scout goes back to point B, he finds that the red scout and the red heavy are gone. The scout then hears footsteps behind him and it runs away. The video ends with the scout screaming and the video glitching into darkness. The next video is titled Blue Spy Pretends to be Red Spy Then Gets Killed by Heavy. It's pretty short, so let me just play the whole video for you.
You did well!
A couple of things to note. First off, unlike the title says, the blue spy didn't pretend to be a red spy. He was forced to by the scout. And we also see that none of the bullets collide with the blue spy. Yet he still dies. Also, you cannot kill your teammates in TF2. No matter how much I've tried, it's not true. The next video, titled Something Happened Again, starts off with the blue team getting hyped up and rushing into battle. Before we hear this, we hear blue team screaming. We then hear the blue scout yelling for help and retreating back to the base. We see the scout try and force the other blue scout back into battle. Kinda like how he forced the blue spy to pretend to be an imposter last video. The scout starts heading into the battlefield and finds the bodies of the other players. Then, they suddenly disappear. We then see the scout trying to find any enemies who could have done this. The scout backs into a red heavy trying to get past the gate before the scream distorts and we hear these ear bleeding noises. We then see this thing appear behind the scout and he runs away, ending the video. The next video, titled Turbine, we see the scout walking through the vents on Turbine. He looks over to the red base and sees an enemy walk back through the vents. He passes by an engineer and sees a red spy. I think it's a red spy at least. It could be a red scout, but I don't know. Walking down to the blue intelligence. The scout chases after the spy. Then, when he gets down there, there's no one there. The scout then walks around trying to find anyone, but it's once more completely empty. And then this happens. The scout walks through the fence and sees an enemy on the other side. He's just standing there, menacingly. Then, the second to last video, titled 2-fort clip that really doesn't have much noteworthy in it. We hear a sniper yell and presumably die, and a heavy yells for help at the end. Other than that, there's nothing too special about it. And the final video, titled "It's in 2 Forts," starts off normal, with just engineers preparing for battle and some other teammates walking around. We then hear a soldier yelling for help before this happens. The scout hears the engineer die, and then finds out all his other teammates have died, and even a red demo man. The scout then finds the same red scout from Something Wrong with CP_Steel, or at least one looking similar to that video. The video ends with him walking up to it, and the game crashing. Unrelated, but I find it funny that I have like 2 minutes of playtime as the demo man. Bro, it's just been forgotten. Now finally, what do I think this all means? I think there's some glitch in TF2 that is corrupting the players of the game. And this guy, in particular, Steelscoutteamfortress, is getting followed by said glitches. Also, I know this section is pretty long, but I just gotta say how much I love this ARG. If the creator of this series is watching, great job, man. You're doing great, bro. It's great. Thank you all for participating in today's video. I hope you liked it. Now, if you have any suggestions for more underrated YouTube horror series, let me know in the comments below. Make sure to check out all the channels I featured. Their channels are linked in the description. Make sure to do all that YouTube stuff, like subscribing. You don't have to, but it sure would be nice. I've been Sam, and I hope you all have a good night. Peace. Thank you all for participating in today's video. I hope you liked it. All the channels and videos that I have in this video are all linked down in the description below. Give them a subscribe. And while you're there, consider giving me a subscribe too. I would really appreciate it. Anyways, I've been Sam. I'll see you soon. I hope you all have a good night. Peace.
When are you gonna decay? I want to throw you out just like a broken TV. If you'll come back once more, it shall be painful, you'll see. I hope you die in a fire.